grabs a chainsaw and Vicky gets the flame. Here they come to bring the pain. Ooh, the investigations are free. DNV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every Clifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. If your name is Manning or PTP, Vicky's gonna find what there is to see. And if your name is Jonathan Delvaros, Dean will come and remove your toes. Ooh, they use objectivity. DNV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. Research pays off, don't you know? It pays to be in the Twitter. Their patience really is legendary, and what they learn about you is scary. Ooh, castrated you will be. DNV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. Dean and Vicky, an unlikely team, spotting truth like a laser beam. Eric July cannot escape the truth. His books are shit like a goof. Ooh, their work is simply D. DNV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky. Vicky and Dean will find you. Vicky and Dean will remind you. Vicky and Dean will expose you. Vicky and Dean will depose you. The investigations are free. DNV will wash your balls in gasoline. Every grifter emasculated will agree. Nobody can do it like Dean and Vicky.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry we're so late. It was somebody's fault, not my fault.
It was Dean's
Somebody's
fault. It's always
Well,
Dean's
Vicky
fault.
knows that she should make a thumbnail, and she doesn't ever do it, and then I have to do it, and that puts me behind because I've slacked off all day because I don't get shit done in a timely manner, and she knows better. So in a roundabout way,
It's Dean's fault.
it's probably my fault. Yeah, no, the song is fire. It's by Burkaman. There's a link in the description to his channel. I suggest everybody go there and subscribe. He makes great music. Well, great AI music. It's still great.
The Fowler song was fire as well.
Yeah, the Fowler song, that's a new one. That one's great. Fowler versus the Fingers.
Yep.
Yeah. It's already Monday. Not in California. At this point, I wouldn't put, yeah. That's kind of fucked, man. It's a little fucked. Where's Bipolar Bear? I miss him. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. He might make a return. And eventually Nasser chose Vic King internet friendship over mine, says Midnight Cherry. That is true.
That is truth.
I mean, I don't hold it against Nasser, but some people have said he's the only person to hire a child rapist for a whole book in ComicsGate. Some people have said that. I wouldn't say it, except for when I just did right now, but only to explain that some people are saying it. Dean doesn't want your money. He wants your adoration, and for you to all personally rank him higher than Vicky. That is true. I don't even care about the adoration. If we could just rank me higher than Vicky, that would be great. HG, good to see you. Victor, good to see you, man. Bubba Fett. Victor didn't, though, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
You guys
Victor
need to
was-
stop having very specific chats. It makes it hard to read. because I can never follow along. Anyways,
It's because you do them backwards.
well, yeah, that's true. Probably true.
Yeah.
I
If
don't
you
care.
scrolled the other way, it wouldn't be an issue.
Probably not. Shut up, Vicky. This
Yeah.
song is fine. I already read that. Okay, guys, that's enough
I
for
know.
chats.
You did direction.
Shut up, Vicky. So we have quite the show for you guys tonight. There is a blast from the past-ish. This one was just a personal thing I had to bring up. You see, I never got over a certain terrible book idea by Ali Sanguise that I once read on the stream. But it turns out I didn't read the
angers
whole...
him.
I seethe over it. I think about it day and
Every
night.
time he hears her name, he sees harder.
Yeah, I see this Ulysses Daniels, Lady of the Scales.
Yeah.
It's an Ali Sanguise idea. I read it on stream, the synopsis. It was terrible, but apparently I didn't read the whole thing, and I only know about that because I went to go read it to some people to show them just how stupid this idea was. And I found that there was even more that I missed, so now we got to revisit that. We have Katie Did being a dumb bitch. We have Rekieta. Just I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but it's not good.
It's weird.
Just all around, just not good. And we got a ton of that. So, what do you guys want to start with? What do you want to start with, Vicky?
Let's start with Allie.
Let's do it. I see somebody mentioned her in the chat. Where was that? Where was that?
Oh, Luster Dog. It's Allie Sanguise. Sanguise, like Latin blood.
No, it's Ali Sanguise. He got it right. It's Ali Sanguise. Finn Pain is my happiness. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Wow, that's a whole nother something going on there. Hello, Ahmed.
Yeah, he's really just having a rough time. Batsy Bell says, "Hail Dean campaign." Yeah, fuck you, Vicky. No Vicky campaign. Nobody even knows who you are. Nobody would know who you are if it wasn't for me, Vicky. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna take my Discord back, Dean. Before the stream is over, I will have changed the wallpaper and everything.
Don't do that. But Z says, Katie Did being a dumb bitch. I don't believe it. Believe it. As some anime character once said. Yeah, let's jump into that, guys. Victor says Allie can be okay or a pretty bad friend to have for Irene. Jeez. That's like two very different. She's okay, or she's a shit friend. There's no in between, apparently. Okay.
All right,
guys. So as you can see here, as I've shown before, this is Ulysses Daniels, Lady of the Scales. We're gonna read over this. Some of you people have heard this. Some of you haven't. It's terrible. There's nothing good about it. I never intended to create a superhero character, but more and more, events in my life with loved ones who are genuinely good people fill me with rage made worse through a sense of helplessness. The justice system is broken. My outlet. Ulysses Daniels, Lady of the Scales. After her ex beat her while she was pregnant, causing the loss of both the baby and her left eye, she tried to press charges, but her ex's...
Her left eye.
Her left eye. No, but see, this is something I missed when I originally read it. Because that's a key factor later at the end, guys. It's
her left eye.
It's like a mega hat trick. But her ex's friend was a witness against her and claimed she fabricated the story. But she can't fabricate missing a whole fucking eye. Right? Like yeah, that dumb bitch is lying. She totally has both eyes. Like, what? Anyways, depressed and desperate, having a panic attack, she begins taking judo. Okay. Alright, guys. It gets worse. It gets worse. Much worse. A friend who loves her tries to convince her they should be together. Nervous and not ready, she turns him down. He enters a relationship with an abusive narcissist and ends up committing suicide, although Ulysses suspects foul play. Foul play, guys. One night,
Foul play.
you know, this is tough, right? Because I once said that Frog Tony's terrible ideas are
Were the
even
worst
worse than
ideas?
this. But now that we're revisiting this,
You're not so sure anymore.
I'm not so sure. They seem equally bad.
Yeah.
They seem equally bad, guys. I may have spoken out of place on that one. So a friend nervous. He enters a relationship with an abusive narcissist and ends up committing suicide. Although Ulysses suspects foul play. One night, she's attacked in an alleyway and finds her judo skills aren't enough. Well, obviously. Yeah, you're like a beginner in judo. The man runs off with her purse.
Safety tip. It don't matter how badass you think you are, how many years you've been fucking training.
Unless you
Just
have a
get
gun.
Just get the fuck away. Like, do everything you can to give yourself enough space to just get the fuck away. Don't try to fight back. Just get the fuck away.
Wow, Vicky,
Yeah.
you don't even believe in women. Wow, that's fucked. The man runs off
I'm
with
a
her.
realist.
The man runs off with her purse, but officers are afraid to look racist and let him get away. Now, here's the fucked up part, right? Like, the officers are afraid to look racist, but Allie won't even tell us the race of the guy. So who's afraid to look racist? Is it Allie or the cops? Just want to throw that out there. That's a detail I missed originally. But she won't even tell us that the guy's like black or brown. Just throwing that out there. So who is afraid to look racist, which makes you the racist? I hear. I don't know. So she begins carrying a cattle prod since it's stronger and more effective than a taser.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not. It's 500 times as heavy. Not nearly as effective. You're gonna die. She's gonna be
You're gonna
swinging
die.
around a fucking cattle prod. Go to
it's
shock
death.
somebody and realize it did nothing. It's not gonna end out well. She learns of a man whose ex-wife is giving. This is so in-your-face conservative. It's great. She learns of a man whose ex-wife is giving his son hormones and planning to transition him into a boy against his wishes, despite the boy saying he's being manipulated in his own words. The mother wins. This is the last straw, and Ulysses vows to help somehow. But is she gonna have like a pleasant conversation with the lady? Or is she gonna kidnap a kid? Like, it's gotta be one of the two. It's gotta be one of the two. She takes a job as a secretary to a corrupt family lawyer to gain access to files. The same man attacks her again. But this time, he's brought friends. Is this the same man that took her purse?
Or the one that took her eye.
Well, the one that took her eye was her ex.
Right. I understand that.
I think he would have.
unclear.
I think she would have said. Well, then again, it's Allie. Maybe
It's
she.
it is. It's very unclear.
I
And
think
Allie
it's-
is an editor, Dean. So
I think it's the one that took her purse. But what would he be doing? What are the chances that he would run into her again?
I don't know.
Wait, and did he attack her at the corrupt family lawyers? I don't know. None of this makes sense.
Maybe he was a client. Maybe he's a client of the corrupt family.
Oh, maybe, but it's really terrible.
I don't know.
The same man attacks her again, but this time he's brought friends. She gets one with the cattle prod, but another knocks her false eye out. This is the part that I missed, guys. But when he gazes into the hole, and phrasing there is terrible, but when he gazes into the hole, her power is revealed. When someone evil gazes into the empty eye socket, they are subject to a sort of soul mirror. She wrote that. They are subject to a sort of soul mirror that instantly drives them insane to the point of catatonia. She uses her newfound power to balance out the scales of justice where the broken legal system no longer can. She is plagued by haunting nightmares of her friend who killed himself, so throughout her new midnight occupation, she's also trying to discover whether her suspicion that he was murdered is true. This is a hat on top of a hat on top of a hat on top of a yarmulke. It's insane. It's literally insane, guys. But I missed this part originally, which really just ties together just how terrible this is.
Oh,
And so I had to share it. And then it turns into a dating profile. Ulysses Wilhelmia Daniels, age 23, occupation, legal secretary by day, engineer of justice by night. Enjoys puzzles, training, is a judo and bar, weapon, electric cattle prod, special ability, gaze of the Archangel Michael in her left eye socket. Yes. In her left eye socket. Oh, geez. And it half-blind justice. It names itself, guys. It's so dumb. She couldn't even name it well. Half-blind justice. It's always going to be my biggest criticism. But yes, when they gaze into her hole, they are subject to justice.
Oh, good
But
Lord.
why? And way to throw that at the end like that. Like, what? There's all this other information that's like for some reason weirdly like expanded upon, even though it's pointless. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, when you look into her eye socket and you're evil, you're dead. Okay, like why wouldn't she just never wear the fake eye then? She would, right?
Right.
Because they're gonna look. Everybody's gonna look. They're gonna be like, oh, dude, check out her weird eye. Oh no, I'm dead. Like, right? You could just walk the streets without the eye, without the fake eye, and just start killing evil people left and right. Like, because it only works on evil people, from what she said.
And you don't need the cattle prod. That's just useless.
Yeah, and why are you still why is that still the weapon?
Yeah.
Because even at the end, she's like, yeah, no, but she still has that electric cattle prod. It makes no fucking sense. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. An old hit comedy song, How's Your Hole? Anyway, sorry guys, that was pretty much it. Pray it's not Sheila's hole, says Hargrave. Pray indeed. Pray indeed.
Hargrave.
That was it. Now guys, we're gonna watch a clip from Katydids. Cause while I'm complaining about dumb bitches, might as well bring Katydid up.
Might as
And
well.
that way we've got it here for them. So no, it's just sad how all this has happened over a silly little joke, just, and it's shitty how people are acting about it and saying it's ruining ComicsGate, and it's bullshit in my opinion. Whatever. People gonna say what they gonna say. So there you go. I got it pinned to the chat, guys. Be sure to go check that out and support Riley and Mint and their legal fees. So
It was Finn and his friends.
right.
Damn it! Oh
So,
no!
Richard, I don't know if you watched. So this is from Anime Montessori. About a year ago, this was taken from Geeks and Gamers. So we're
Anime.
Montessori. Sorry, I was eating orange chicken. Anime Montessori.
Orange chicken.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Like, this is how dumb Katydid is. She has no idea about anything. Like, not even the smallest inkling of an idea. Anime Montessori. How new do you have to be to not know about Anime Montessori? Like, for real, how new do you have to be to not even know about Anime Matsuri? If you're gonna bring up a clip, it literally says the name right up there. Anime Matsuri, Rekieta Law, Eric July, Nerdrotic, and more. Do you not know how to read? Like, Anime Montessori. It's like an anime school. No, it's a convention. Everybody knows the convention. How do you not know anything?
It is a boggle.
Like,
right?
see, is that like when you join a community and you don't know things, maybe just talk about things you do know. Not Katie did. No, she insists on talking about things she has no fucking idea about for no reason. Like, why do you do this to yourself? Why do you want to look stupid?
The clip, there's a little more to the clip, isn't there?
There is. There's a lot more.
Yeah.
We're doing our blast from the past. We're going back in time. And we're going to see some old footage. So this is the 3rd episode of it. Which is funny because Nick is sitting next to Legal Mindset. And then on the other side, it's Eric July. After everything that's happened, what's going on, it's wild to kind of see like, oh man, look at that.
Who knew
Look at
such
that.
bad writing would just wreck the indie scene? Who knew it would destroy YouTube and family? Just terrible writing just led people to cocaine and doxing. Who knew?
Well, Nick is not in the indie scene. Nick is Nick. You know
I know.
But here's
he's like
the
an
thing.
adopted cousin of the indie scene.
Well, he's a supporter. He would.
Welcome to being a pay pig, Kate in Orlando.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
Welcome.
And to any of you in the chat who hasn't become a pay pig, consider throwing your money away. For just $5 a month, you could throw away $5 a month and become a pay pig. All it costs is $5 a month. Well, actually, you do get to join the DNV Discord, which, by the way, those of you that are pay pigs, there's a link in the membership post on the channel to join the Discord.
Be like me, as far as. But here's the thing about that. About you said like bad stories and all this stuff. I don't think it's that. I think it is.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic. I'm just.
Well, I know, but I'm gonna bring in a little.
Yeah, Rizzy says she only knows animal hentai. Oh, that's fucked. But true.
Like, I think it's more intellectual dishonesty.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Not from these guys, because even Nick will admit this. These guys will say whatever it takes to keep their channels going and keep the super chats coming in. And I don't fault them for that, because even Ethan does that. You know what I mean? He's going to, But I will fault the fans from being honest. You know as well as I do. Sturgis, he knows the story's not great. All the guys who are out there like just going all nuts, they know the story is not good. You got all the was campaigners out there sitting there starting crap and joining the side of the Ripitards and Wiggle and all that, and Matt Barr. Like, it's just not in because we know as well as that we've heard Matt Barr criticize this stuff. We've heard those guys like there's a bunch more.
I like how incredibly tribal it has to be. Like Matt Barr, Wiggle, all of them. I guess the CG slums is disintegrating before our very eyes, right? And so they're not really calling themselves CG so much no more. And they're all, especially Matt, fighting the hell with Ethan. But because he's fighting with Ethan, suddenly he's siding with Eric July. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though he barely ever talks about Eric. I don't think he mentions Eric July very often. But
well, yeah, but that's like us. We're Ripitards.
It's just so strange.
Yeah. But what I like is like he's like these guys that are saying they enjoy the book, they know the book isn't good, like or they could just be idiots. Like, let's say the book isn't good. What's to say these people aren't idiots that like it?
Oh, it got even better than that. He said, now, I don't blame these guys for not saying they didn't enjoy the book, because, they got channels and shit. You don't blame the guys who were initially lying up at the top of the food chain? Like, if they weren't lying about enjoying the book, maybe more of these people who say that they do like it, because we all know how this works, would be honest. If they don't.
But maybe they do.
Maybe they do like the book.
Yeah, it's just really dumb. Yeah, Jay Bama is
There's no accounting for taste.
There isn't. There definitely isn't. Who brings Jay, like, who? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad Jay Bama found a Tard corner where he's accepted. But, like, I understand you're new, Katie. But nobody wants Jay Bama on their streams. Just like nobody wants George on their streams. Just like nobody wants to hang out with Frog Tony. Just like nobody wants you hanging out in any of the Slum People's chats. Right? But like... Well, I guess actually, no, they're perfect for each other. Never mind, sorry.
Examples. They're just not being honest because they're being petty in their dislike of...
Yeah, it's
just
they don't
like
like
Riley.
Ethan. They don't
like Ethan right now.
And it's no, it's not even Riley. I think if Riley didn't get attention of Ethan, they would probably like Ethan. I mean, they would probably like Riley.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Riley's like an annoying faggot.
No.
Who
Riley
acts like
wasn't
a
good.
piece of shit. I don't think they would like Riley. You see,
Riley-
like they're just like let's say like they have a dislike for Ethan. Their dislike of Ethan didn't cause like
Dislike
Riley to start saying he was gonna rape Matt Barr left and right.
Yeah.
You know, it was probably something like that which made Matt Barr not like him. It's probably the fact that Riley's just really stupid and awful to listen to. He's got that shrill fucking screaming voice that he never stops doing. These are all things that probably attribute to why somebody wouldn't like him. Most people wouldn't like him. Anybody in civilized society wouldn't like him. The fact that he looks like he hasn't showered in multiple days, like he's a Rekieta kid or something. These are all things that attribute to why somebody wouldn't like him. And none of that has to do with disliking Ethan. That's just a bonus.
And you don't have to be siding with Eric July to think Riley crossed a line.
You don't have to. Yeah, no, for sure. It's really weird to see, to hear Riley cross the line. I'm surprised the guy can walk, but he's crossing a lot of lines. So
it's like insert the person they're angry at now, and to justify their stupid behavior, and and justify them not being honest about something.
Yeah.
No self-awareness.
None
whatsoever.
No, all of the war. It's funny too, because if you look, like the war campaigners that were still left on Twitter before this big blow up with Roe and Pan, and the further implosion, but the ones that were left, none of them liked Riley. They were already taught. They knew who he was. They knew about the sector. They weren't just like a lot of these ComicsGaters who probably some of them don't even know who Ethan Ralph is,
But here's the thing, you don't have to know who Riley is in order to not like him.
No.
Just off first fucking like impressions, the guy fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
He's an annoying faggot.
No. It's really stupid. And it's if it's not, Riley, like you said, it's not Riley or someone else, it's always going to be Ethan. They're going to find somebody to be mad about, and it's just stupid. It's a waste of time, and
Because
I
people
don't
don't
know.
want to blame themselves for their own actions. That's what it comes down to.
Well, a lot
Yeah.
of from what I saw, and I don't follow a lot of war campaign and all that, but what with them, they were kind of laughing at July when he first came out about how the story was funny. Some of them, the ones that I saw, there was some. It was like kind of divided. Like people, some liked it, some didn't.
Well, actually, when Eric July first came out, all of ComicsGate was sucking his fucking cock. And then
War Campaign wasn't even around.
War Campaign wasn't around. But all of ComicsGate was sucking his cock and then said, no, never mind takesy backsies. Please remove your cock out of my throat, sir. I hate you now. And your book is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's legit what happened.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This is weird revisionist history going on there, but...
And then once Ethan started doing Trash Cast, they seemed to kind of just, all right, well, we're going to pick this side. If he picks that side, we're going to pick this side. And, it's like proxy wars going on now. But it's kind of strange, man.
Well, a lot of that is because I think they were trying to. I think and I don't want to keep on to this because I want Katie to get to the video because we always stop her from getting through.
If only you guys could stop her from streaming.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be great. Making a complete idiot out of herself for not knowing the things she's talking about. That would be. That would just be a good friend thing to do. You guys clearly don't care about her. You insist that she looks stupid. She insists she looks stupid, so I don't really blame you guys. But a good friend would pull her aside. I'm the only friend you have, Katie did, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Delete your channel. Delete your channel and never come back.
Oh,
The
and
best
thanks for
advice anybody will give you, the only true friend here is me.
And Student of God, thank you for the clip.
Yeah, the clip originally came from Katie Did's channel. I refuse to thank her for it. The only time I will thank her is if she doesn't stream. So thanks, Student of God.
She's used to it.
But with Ethan, Ethan was contacted by Roe.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember that.
He's like,
He's like,
we'll go after
yeah.
July in your name and all this stuff, which is, it could have been a gay op to say, see, he was wanting us to do it, and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing, that right there and that actions, and I'm sure Ethan would show the message or the email.
I think he did.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
Here's the thing: it just proves that they're not being honest and genuine with their opinions about stuff, just out of pettiness.
Or they were planning on going after July anyway, but they would just, tack Ethan's name and sort of work together on the whole thing.
It's just so dumb.
It's just stupid.
They changed their opinion out of pettiness. Literally ComicsGate.
Literally
with eyes at the beginning. What do you mean, dude?
And it's really a bunch of
anime
maybe
mozzarella.
insecure grown ass men in this group. It's unreal.
Yeah.
It is. It's really just shitty all around. I will say I noticed this too. King Popper, thank you so much for the $2.
King Poppers.
Boy.
How you're just encouraging her. Be a real friend. Tell her to delete her fucking channel. I'm the only person looking out for her, guys. This is fucked up. I hate her. And I'm the only person willing to tell her the truth. You don't know shit, and stop talking about things you don't know about, which is everything. So stop talking.
Yeah.
Just all around. Stop.
When Dean first came, showed up around ComicsGate, he didn't just talk about shit he didn't know about.
No, I stuck to things that I did know about. Yeah. It's not.
It's not that hard.
And me and Vicky were talking about this before we started the stream. That's why we were so late. She just wouldn't shut the fuck up. But
yeah. It was all my. It was.
Guys, you don't understand. You hear her on stream. She never shuts the fuck up. But but she was saying that like Frog Tony's just like this, and admittedly, I'm sure that's true. But nobody wants to watch a Frog Tony stream. Nobody clips a Frog Tony stream, so I never see it. I refuse to watch his streams, so I don't see it. But I'm sure it's true. They're just super unwatchable.
Yeah.
Like very unwatchable. He's got like that slow guy that sounds like Dracula.
So slow too. Like they just drag. There's big long pauses everywhere.
It's like when Vicky talks about like late books and goes over the numbers.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot like that, except there's this guy with this very terrible Dracula voice. But it's like you'd think that'd be cool, but he manages to make it bad. He sounds like a slow Dracula, and I've named him Tardacula. And it's just terrible to watch. I refuse to watch it. So I'm just gonna take Vicky at her word that Frog Tony does it. But unfortunately, or fortunately, nobody clips a Frog Tony stream, and no way in hell I'm gonna fucking watch it.
Don't start doing it, anybody, so we don't have to play them.
It's Vlad Dracula. No, it's Tardacula.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, like, handle he uses.
Yeah. Akuma says, if women stopped talking about things they didn't know about, the world would be silent.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be. Student of God says, I've watched him, talking about Frog Tony, looking for something to clip, and he might be the only I have tapped out on.
Oh.
I don't blame you. Tardacula, thank you. Henry Bennett says liar. About what?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Risey says, haha, bad on my face, which means bad on my face said, is that the Hawk Thou girl? I don't get it. Vicky is queen. You shut up, alt fact. I will ban you from this motherfucking chat. The only queen around here is Miki. She is our ComicsGate queen.
She is so not my ComicsGate queen.
She is the ComicsGate queen.
Oh, God.
Okay? You take that back, alt fact.
You know what's sad?
What's up?
Mickey spent more time studying ComicsGate before she hopped in here than fucking Katie did.
You know, that's... oh, yeah, that is 1,000% a fact, though. I really enjoy these streams, says Henry Bennett. Which ones?
Hopefully not Tony's.
Hopefully not. I'm gonna get band happy and just start banning motherfuckers saying stupid shit like that. No, I'm joking. Aljamil says, if Iconic Comics and Rippaverse do a con together, CG will lose their collective minds. That is true. That is actually a fact. Not true. Yeah. I am queen of the weirdos. You're queen of the witches, and there's a witch hunt, and I'm on to you.
It is kind of funny, though. You know, like most of ComicsGate hasn't even noticed that Iconic Comics has their own con at Bell County.
Yeah.
You know, like they haven't even noticed. It's just gone straight over their heads.
That is true. Okay, guys. Our streams.
Oh.
Stop lying. I will ban you for lying. You hate our streams, and you should. And give us $5 for a No, I'm joking. Rekieta Rekieta had a hot mic going. A lot of people don't ban me. No, I wouldn't ban you ever. But Rekieta had a hot mic going. People are saying it sounds like he's snorting coke. I've also heard people like Vicky say it can't really hear that. It kind of just sounds like static. But I feel like there's more important things in this hot mic clip. If any of you know what I'm talking about, it's been passed all over Twitter. Assume most of you have seen it, but if not, let's watch it
or listen anyway.
Listen to it. It's him and you can hear April is still staying at the house. April and Imholte. And that's the part I think is wild. So let's listen.
Fuck, I didn't write the fan mail down. Can you go ask? I have a. Oh, wait, I hid it somewhere in here. Just a second. Don't worry about it for now. I have a fucking complaint. An ethics complaint, and I don't remember where I fucking put it. Wait, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, I don't really hear it. I do hear static. It doesn't really sound like people are sniffing coke.
No, you hear paper sliding on the desk.
Yeah,
after
and he's obviously looking for something, so it's
Yeah,
weird to
he
think
may-
that he's like, I'm looking for this thing that I lost. And then it's just like all of a sudden they're all just doing lines. Like, I don't know about that one. But
Yeah, he talked about that ethics complaint in his first YouTube stream back. So it's probably the same, recorded the same night. I don't know. I don't
I think
ever watch the Rumble.
I think the more important thing is like this guy's like doing nothing to get his kids back, and April and Imholte is still staying there.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
That's the wild bit to me too.
It's like I kind of like, obviously they're still doing coke. I don't hear it in that clip. I mean, my assumption is they're obviously still doing coke. There's a reason they don't want to have to take drug tests. That would be my assumption. I think they are. I don't think that's crazy. They seem to be taking no responsibility for their actions. It'd be weird to think they're not doing it.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Right? But like what is fact is like according to that recent document leak, they didn't like file to fight for their kids. They're not going to rehab, which would help them get their kids back. Yet April Imholte is still staying at the house. Like,
The nanny is there, but the kids aren't.
the nanny, the live-in sex slave, Vicky. She's not a nanny.
I know.
She's a live-in sex slave. Like, that's fucked up, dude. Like, that is fucked up. Like,
I wouldn't go sex slave. I think she's
it's
more than
obvious
willing,
hyperbole.
but yeah.
She's a live-in fucking cocksock for Rekieta. What do you want? Like a
Yeah, much better.
yeah, much better apparently. My bad. Slave
it's a
was
much
just a
better
little too degrading,
description.
but she's a cocksock. Totally
No,
good.
it's just too close to like, trying to, I don't know, somebody hopping on a human trafficking accusation.
Yeah, it was
all those
obviously
retards out
hyperbole, but
there.
no, she's a cocksock for Rekieta. She's a live-in cocksock. So,
For
or
sure.
Baldo sock. My bad. And it's like maybe she should not be staying there. Maybe you should try to get your kids. Like, I don't know, dude. It's my opinion. But then I don't know, man. Rekieta is just I don't know, dude. Like, that's fucked up. Now, guys, Elisa Clips had clipped a super chat segment from Rekieta's stream just 2 nights ago.
Do you want to do the other one first?
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
This is that same stream, but not the super chats part. So let's watch, guys.
It's a different stream. This
My
is
life,
his
my
first
life.
stream back to YouTube.
This is what?
This was his first stream back on YouTube. The other
No,
one
the
was his
first one
second,
was
I
him
think.
standing up. Oh wait, on YouTube. Never mind.
Yeah, YouTube.
My life story is becoming marvelously interesting, even though it's painful and really fucking annoying a lot of the time. It's like I haven't done this in a while. I'm almost set. I promise. I promise you a really shitty show is coming. Just hold on as I get everything ready. It was all ready. I was actually ready well in advance. But the great thing about this is everybody wants you to like they want you to like address everything. And so I'll have to address everything in a very specific way because I don't know if you guys know.
Or just don't address any of it.
Right. I know.
Maybe don't address any of it, you stupid.
Yeah.
Or do. I don't care. Fuck you.
I do.
But there are certain charges and allegations against me at the moment. And
Will25 says, the Rekieta household is just like the Brady Bunch if Mike and Carol were drug addicts and Alice was their sex slave.
I have to talk in very specific ways.
Excellent
about
music
those
choice,
things.
by the way.
Typically not talking about them is what I have to do. But I have to talk a little bit about them because I talk in public for a living and people want to know what's going on, obviously. I know people want to...
He has to talk about it.
Draw conclusions from whatever's going on. And look, there's no way around it. There's nothing to say other than people will get to draw their conclusions from what they read. I'm not here to fight you guys at all. I'm not here to fight your conclusions. I'm not here to fight.
And he's certainly not there to fight for his kids.
Or justify or prove anything. I don't need to do that for you. So any of you who want me to come out here and like do some weird grandiose apology or prostrate myself in front of you, let me just help you with my public image right now. Fuck you. Right in your goddamn mouth. I'm not here to worry about what you think about me. And that should be obvious to damn near anybody. And if you think it's in my character to come out and grovel before you and say, oh, I'm so sorry I let you down. I didn't let you down.
This was actually, see that part, what he's not saying was actually for his kids. This was a message to his kids. No, joking. But like, if you're not there to do any of that stuff, then why are you responding?
Right.
Like, why do you feel like you have to address it? You just said, I'm not here to grovel to you. I'm not here to appease you. Well, then why are you addressing things? Like, the two can't both be true. No, you're here for internet clout, which means you are here to grovel, which is what you're doing. You're here to address the things that you know you shouldn't be talking about because you've said it a million times. Like, you're fucking retarded, dude.
I didn't pick you up. I didn't make you, and I didn't make promises to you.
This really sounds like he's talking to his kids, though, right? Like, have that thought in the back of your head.
So if you feel let down by me, let yourself down from the stool, Robin Williams. I'm not here for you. I'm not here to own your feelings, and I'm not here to apologize to your feelings and sensibilities either. And if I did, you shouldn't respect me, because anybody who comes out like a little fucking bitch and says, I really am worried about my public image, not my family, not my liberty, not holding government accountable, none of that, but my public image, my public image? Well, you're probably a fat Canadian, or maybe a skinny Canadian who can't fly to the right city. Or maybe you're a doughy Minnesotan. I don't know who you are, but I'm not here to apologize to you or for anything. I am under the thumb of government at the moment, which means government gets to say whatever they want about me, and I don't get to respond.
This is beautiful work, Vicky.
That's a shit place to be. We've talked about it a lot on this show. What's funny is a lot of my colleagues have talked a lot about it too.
Right? Like
But
it
the
did.
moment
It
it
did.
happens,
Like that one part did
they all
sound
tuck
like he
their
was
nuts
talking
up
to his
into their
kids.
own assholes and become the biggest pack of fucking gabbling women I've ever seen. Running around, "Ah, come out, apologize, bow down, bow, beg, tell everybody that you're sorry."
See, here's the fucked up part, right? Like, nobody's actually said that he needs to bow down, beg. Everybody's just saying you need to take some responsibility, dude. But that's how he looks at taking responsibility.
That somehow it's all tied into his YouTube instead of like.
Well, that it would mean that he looks like this loser who's groveling and begging and apologizing. That's what he thinks it looks like if he were to just take any bit of responsibility, which is going to stop him from doing the smart thing, which is try to get a plea. No, instead, he would rather not look like somebody taking responsibility, that he's going to fuck himself by trying to fight this thing all the way through. When all he has to do is take just some responsibility, try to get a plea deal, and just be there for your kids. No, that's bitch shit, and he's not going to be made to look like a bitch because the government wants to hold him down. Like, you're okay, dude. This is all right.
For what? What am I sorry for? They don't know what I'm supposed to be sorry for. I don't know what I'm supposed to be sorry for. What I know is the government has accused me of some criminal acts. Those criminal acts have impacted me and my family.
Well, yeah, I'm sure when you were doing those criminal acts, it clearly impacted you and your family. I mean, it clearly impacted him. Look at his face.
The accusation from government is not a conviction. It may convict you in the eyes of people, and that's fine. If I'm
This
convicted
is
in
when
your
he
eyes,
starts his
good.
opening argument. By the way,
Go find
not
someone
his
else.
closing. This is his opening.
You're now validated. I bid you adieu. I'm sorry I let you down by never promising anything and doing something that you didn't approve of, maybe. Except that thing that I'm supposed to have done still remains to be seen.
Oh, we all saw
I
you
will be
doing it. You had
holding
white powder on your nose. Like, what?
To its full accountability, to the extent of my rights. And anybody who thinks I shouldn't do that, okay. I don't know what law channels you're watching. Probably a cockeyed Koreans or something. Someone who doesn't understand the value of innocence until proven guilt. Someone who doesn't understand the value of constitutional rights. Or maybe people who just like to talk really big about not listening to government until the government comes knocking. Then suddenly, they're fucking pussies.
I think it's from people that know the reality of what you're facing. And know the reality of your chances. And know the reality of what's going to happen if you lose, which you are insisting on doing.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's coming from, dude.
Running around in the truest definitions of a 90s faggot. Crying, prostrating themselves, begging for the leather to put their tongue on.
Thanks.
Like it's a big chocolate starfish of their local police chief or whatever. Sorry. You will never, ever find that attitude from me or my channel. And you will never have me apologize to you for anything in my life.
Nobody's asking
other
you
than
to do
being
that.
late to streams and being generally inept and retarded at running them.
And
I'll
inept
apologize.
at the law. Inept at just making good choices.
Yeah.
Like, this is... Is it just me? Like, is this shit wild?
It is wild.
You may think that I should take responsibility and be there for my kids and try not to go to prison. But I say that's faggot shit. And I will not be made a faggot because the government accuses me of things that I was probably obviously doing. That's bitch shit. I'm an American. Okay. Okay, I mean, go to prison.
For that, because I'm guilty of that. But anybody out there speculating right now about whether or not a government document is accurate, well, I'll let you determine if government is accurate or not. It's not up to me. It's up to the government to prove they're accurate. As for me, I have a lot to say about what is on documents that have been released. Paper copies of documents released before they're available to the public, that's a little strange. Case files that are protected being accessed by members of the public, that's a little strange. The timing of certain drops coming out, that's a little strange. The thinness of a search warrant's probable cause statement, very strange. Anyone who calls themselves a lawyer and immediately demands me to run out and bend over before government not only shouldn't be a lawyer, they shouldn't be an American, and they shouldn't be a lot of other things. Because last I checked, we don't do that round here. I've long talked about the transparency of courts and what they're for. It's amazingly ironic to me that people hear me talk about that. They'll agree with me. The transparency of courts was always to hold government accountable, by the way, not your fellow man. It was always to hold government accountable. It was because prior to the United States, the legal system was that of the King of England. And he had the Star Chamber. He was the court. He was the enforcement arm.
No, yeah, but nobody's telling him to apologize. That's the straw man. Nobody's telling him to apologize, right? And I get what you're saying. He can't do things to admit guilt. He probably just shouldn't be talking about any of this. That's where we're coming from.
Yeah,
like, to be doing this is fucking retarded.
Because even though he knows he shouldn't be saying anything at all, he's a public guy on YouTube, so he has to talk about it, which is just stupid.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Just don't talk about it. But he's insisting on talking about it. And he's like grandstanding all over the place. I'm an American. Like, dude, yeah, no, we get it. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, American, bleed, red, wine, blue, whatever. You know, state fairs are cool or some shit. But, like, just don't talk about it. Just don't. Nobody's telling him he has to apologize. And even if people were, why talk about it? Just stop talking about it. I'm an American.
Arm of law, the judgment arm of law, and those courts were held in private. People's charges were private. The details about them were private. The public wasn't allowed to analyze them. I've talked about how even though it can be embarrassing, our country was founded on the principle of distrust of its authority, distrust of its government, a healthy, necessary evil of putting a few people in charge of many, but holding them accountable and adhering to freedom. And the amount of fucking pussies out there now who consistently lose that principle and say, no, actually, government must be correct at all times, baffles me. Baffles me more when they work with the government in the system and still think that way. People come out and they say, Nick hasn't taken accountability for his actions. And I'm like, the government hasn't proven my actions. One day, though, I get to tell you about all of this.
Hopefully it's not after like 8 years in prison.
But isn't it weird how that's the metric? Like, well, the government didn't prove my actions. So, you know, like I obviously I didn't do nothing because they ain't proof shit.
Well, I mean, that is true, right? But it's like, okay, but like in reality, right? Like,
but that,
in reality, I know he plans on fighting this thing all the way. That's probably the dumbest thing he could do, in my opinion. but I'm not a lawyer. But
Yeah,
I
no,
think
really.
it's really dumb. It's very clear he was doing coke and all that shit. 25 grams of coke in his house. But they have to prove it was in my possession. It's in your fucking master bedroom.
But I wasn't home. But it was in your master bedroom.
Yeah, like I don't. That's gonna be.
What you gonna.
I've been telling Kayla that she had a problem for months.
No.
It's what she. What
Stop
like?
it on
What is that gonna be
April.
your? That gonna be your excuse? Like,
It's April's coke. It's April's coke.
yeah, like I don't.
Even better.
But like, the thing is, yeah, people are telling you should take responsibility, but those people are also probably telling you should take a plea deal, which would probably be best.
But right now, we have Constitution to worry about. My personal liberty is what I'm concerned with. The welfare and well-being of my family,
X'd it out.
despite the little memes about it, has always been and will always be my top priority. But the government gets to craft a narrative. The other parties, everybody else involved, they don't. Because they're under a fucking gun. There's a gun pointed in my mouth by government right now. Because every law.
Oh, I love the pandering, dude. It's so great. We have a super chat. FYI Bob says, "Hey guys, great work. I want to say you have only 639 subs to Frog Tony's 6K subs, and your views are skyrocketing by not only telling the truth, but actual engagement to the audience by not dumbing down."
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'd appreciate the rest of you too. Just saying. No, I don't give a shit. Alright.
Every single one ends with a bullet at some point. And so no matter what, if I say something to try and craft my own narrative, even if I try and counter a blatant falsehood, I risk putting myself in front of that bullet.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Chris Stanley, the man, just gifted 5 subs. We have Ragnar, you lurker. Altfact, who seems to really like Vicky. Bat on my face, based. Pest. Also, I think they're new, but I saw them chat. And Keely Chow, who's always welcome in the chat. But the rest of you are also welcomed in the chat.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, but right at the end, and now he's all over. He has been on Twitter talking about the drug test. That's after this.
Why?
Yes, getting
Why?
into like little arguments of trying to, be all semantic about the drug tests and whether or not they were submitted or they didn't allow them to have the results. I mean, just all this weird shit. And but it's like, dude, just you know what you do? Stay off of Twitter, schedule tweets, don't answer nobody, and just promote your freaking streams and get on your streams and talk about your trials that you're covering and don't talk about this.
Yeah, no, for real. It's
Thank you, George.
yeah, George says for 2 measly, pathetic Canadian dollars, might as well be trash at that amount. What is that, like a loony or a toonie, George? You tell me. I'm gonna refund this super chat just because. Well, we didn't want it anyways, George. Take your loonies and your toonies and your Bugs Bunnies and hop on the fuck out of here. Oh, that was funny.
That was
No, good to see you, man. Maybe.
but yeah, the
Better
whole
to-
stream it was a short racket stream, but he was having a lot of difficulty trying to figure out how to stream through Rumble. So that's probably, and then, probably had trouble at the end. So that's probably where they got the hot mic from with
Yeah.
April on it. Because, like I said, during that stream, he did mention he now has 57, something like that, ethics complaints on file.
Yeah. And
in the state of Minnesota.
I just want to tell people, anybody that's a member of the channel, whether you're gifted or not gifted, there's a membership post on the channel for a link to the DNV Discord. If any of you want to join, it's just 4 people, guys. It's sad.
It is sad.
It's sad. Come on, guys.
There's
Rekt,
only like 2 channels.
Rekieta
It's still
says,
under construction.
"Shut up, Vicky. I'm trying to read." Jesus. Sorry, Vicky. What were you saying?
Nothing. I was done saying, and you had to go and do that.
Yeah, if only you were done saying before you started saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Burgerman says, Rekieta says, "Ask not what your country can do to me, but what you super chats will do for my crack collection."
Nice.
That's probably fair. Yo, you guys think it was April, huh? I'm sorry, what? What?
Oh, we think that was April on the audio.
Oh, in fact, I swear to God, you get like 10 more warnings. 10 more warnings. If you simp for Vicky 10 more times, I'll give you another 5 because you're a member. So that's like 15 more warnings, motherfucker. But after that, we're gonna have a talk, and maybe I might do something about it.
Yeah, there's no simping allowed in the chat.
Yeah, 10 more times, 15, and maybe I'll handle it or something. But we're gonna have a very uncomfortable talk for me because I don't like So, now we get to watch Rekieta, I don't know, doing these fucking super chats. Because that's a great idea, because people are never gonna be shitheads sending super chats just to be dicks.
Oh, during the stream that, his first stream back on YouTube, the mods were going crazy deleting super chats. So he's there reading the super chats, and it's just like, from so and so, message deleted. Probably about, I don't know, close to 20 times maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's that was wild. But then maybe his mods should have been doing that in this one. If they were gonna do it in the first one, like, I mean,
They should have continued.
this one would have also been a good one to do it. Let's see.
Salt Miner MF says, Aaron said he cucked you and you cucked him. What the fuck, bro? That's your wife. How'd y'all fall so far apart? You know what? Aaron says a lot of things. And as I said before, Aaron will say what he will say. And I will let you determine his credibility without my assistance. I hope he makes $1 million.
Cuck.
Red shirt Lexi says, you said you tested clean, but what about your offspring? Also, your arms look like they have a lot of weird marks on them. Yeah, guys, I don't know how else to say this. I know people are very concerned about weird marks. I have cholinergic urticaria, cholinergic or cholinergic. So when I'm warm, like right now, I break out into hives. It's cool. And sometimes they get really itchy and you scratch them and they scratch open. It's not fun. It's not pleasant. It started when I was 35 and it's been a fucking miserable nightmare for 7 years.
You know, so weird. I wonder if 7 years was also when he started tweaking out. His symptoms he just described, guys, just sounds like someone tweaking and scratching themselves until they bleed. Right? Like he's like, yeah, sometimes my arms get very itchy and I start itching them and then they start bleeding. And it's this disease that I can't pronounce, which I probably was never diagnosed with, but also the disease that he tried to say it was could be treated with simple antihistamines. So I refuse to believe that he would rather scratch his arms and make himself look like a tweaker than just take a Claritin.
Yeah, I do too.
There's a good chance he's just scratching his arms because he's fucked up on drugs. It's almost as retarded as if it is that disease and he just refuses to take a Claritin and would rather look like a guy who's fucking tweaking and strung out. Right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know which is worse. Wanting to look like a tweaker and not doing anything about it that would be very easy to do? Or being a tweaker. I mean, obviously being a tweaker, but letting yourself look like one when you could just take a Claritin is really dumb. Another thing, you guys are way better than Kino Casino. Seriously, at least you guys are not loud and obnoxious with Andy doing fake laughs. Oh, I can get loud and obnoxious, and I think I did earlier.
We can. We've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. His disease is cocaine pox, says Michael. Chris Stanley says, oof. Alt fact, no time for Claritin. Gotta get back to fucking. Yeah, his cocksock is getting cold. True patriotism springs from a belief in coke for me and my offspring. Freedom to snort it, not only for me, but for all the women slept with. Rekieta Roosevelt. That's beautiful. Doctor note. It looks like the injection marks, not gonna lie. The bruising around looks like he missed a vein. It just looks like he scratched his arms from tweaking to me, but it could be.
Yeah, you just get itchy and you start scratching. That gets irritated, so you keep scratching because it's got your attention. It's just tweaking, scratching.
Yeah.
Picking. It's just picking.
Yeah.
After that.
Kate says he's dropping medical terms. Better have a note. Dumbing down, says Will25. Kino Casino show was bashed for going ape crap, hyping up every show as the best ever. By Pot Awful. LOL, started when he started drugs. I had an auntie that would do the same thing. It's drugs. Yeah, it definitely looks like drugs, and if it's the other thing, he could clear it up with a simple drug. That's over the counter. Like, that's the weird thing. So I refuse to believe that it's this fucking heat rash. And even if it was a heat rash, I guarantee he's just itching it really bad because he's tweaking.
So, cool. There you go. There you have it. It's almost like, there's
it can be
a reason
both.
for him.
It could be both.
Oh my
yeah, there is
goodness.
a reason for him. You
Becky
fucking
says, talk like
drug
Richards. Mark Richards. Monkey in Training says, I think you're talking too much about your case. Look, you're going to have a ton of opinions about how I do my.
It's not prescription drugs, though. It's an antihistamine. Wait, Dean, he can clear his coke pox with the drug heroin. Well, excuse me. Never mind. Never mind. I stand corrected. He should just do heroin.
Casework, how I talk about my case, how I interact on streams, and that's fine. You're welcome to voice them, especially if you're going to give me, $1 or $2 to do that. I would encourage it. I think it helps. I think it makes me more likely to read it and consider your advice and then ignore it. But frankly, it's a lot of havoc to try and talk publicly about anything while people are asking you questions without ever addressing any of them. So some of it's going to happen, and I just try not to go to prison. There you go. There's Mark Richards for you. Big Happy says, when you go to jail, can you get a Law Pope Vanity commissary number asking for a friend? I don't know. I'll get to tell all my jail stories, but they didn't give me any.
Eventually, you'll get to tell your prison story, too, if you try to fight this.
Right.
Okay.
Of the stuff you're supposed to get in regards to having your like commissary number. They didn't give me the little device that you can use. They make you say that you agree to abide by the terms of the handbook at the jail, for example. But the handbook is just a QR code, and they don't give you the little fucking they didn't give me the little fucking device to scan the QR code, so I didn't even get to read what it said. It's cool. That's how my jail experience was. It was fun. Crispin Wa 24 says, finally, a man with a parenting style I can hang with. I've literally seen people do worse, right? I see a lot. Oh my God. I see a lot of myself in how you approach caring for your wife and kids. We're on a good path, man. Come on.
Probably not the best thing to be laughing about. Well, you're claiming that you care about your family, that you're not really doing much to get back. Just gonna put that out there. Probably not in good taste to even read it. But then to laugh about it as if it's like a joke. I mean, it was a joke, but not a joke that you should find funny while you're whatever.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Most Band Queen says, where is April? Where is April? There she is. There she is, hiding under the desk, giving Nick a nibble. Yum, yum, yum.
Also, in incredibly bad taste to find that funny with everything that's going on. Seems like you just don't give a shit, man.
Well, geez. Not even by my desk. Well, that means one of two things, I guess. Aesthetic says, I know you watched the gym stream. I didn't. I wanted to. Dude, I haven't had time to watch this shit. There's a bunch of streams I want to watch. And yeah, they're about me. Of course, I want to know like what various people are saying about me. And I legitimately haven't had time to do it. I would love to. It says, will you say you act like you don't care. Will you answer his question? Was it worth it? Was what worth what? Yeah, I'll answer his question, but was what worth what? I don't know what he was asking. Like I haven't watched it legitimately. I wanted to. I started watching the other, if you're talking about the Father's Day one, I started asking the other gym or watching the other gym stream. I got like 10 minutes in, had to stop because I got distracted and never got back to it. And then I haven't watched the most recent one. Jason of TGA says, I missed a lot of the drama working. Has the Sonichu curse passed to Dick as Medicare suggested? I don't know.
My heroes have always been junkies and drunks and telling lies. That's cool. Man. Again, he sounds so zesty, almost as gay sounding as EVS. Oh my, am I in Twilight Zone? Yeah, the way he flippantly jokes about all of this stuff is not just cope, but it shows a shocking lack of empathy and self-awareness. Yeah, that's what I think for sure. Chris Benoit killed his family. It's a joke. No, I get the person that sent it. It's a joke. But probably not a joke that, like, Nick should be... like,
Offing his family.
Yeah, reading in the first place and then laughing about it as if... I don't know. I just think that's just me. Maybe I'm pearl clutching or something. I just think it doesn't. It just looks. You just look like a piece of shit.
I think Riley boofed
not the person that sent
medallion.
it,
but Nick. Time I saw him. Mullet Kid says, "Can't you just tell them it's not yours? You were holding it for someone. Always work for people I know. They don't know what someone is the same someone that is in the bathroom when you shout. In the bathroom when you shout. The fuck does that mean? No, you can't just tell them that. But see, here's the thing." Just again, as a general matter, I am charged with possession. Okay. So to establish possession, the government bears the burden of proving beyond a reasonable doubt.
This is a funny one. I hear Nick is using Spectre for legal advice. Hey. I may or may not have suggested to Nick my good lawyer Spectre. May or may not have done that. Nobody talks shit about my good lawyer Spectre.
That I was exercising exclusive dominion or control over the substance. That's what they have to prove. That's their burden of proof. And there's a bunch of tests to prove it. There's things like constructive possession. There's a whole lot of different ways to show possession, and the government will bear the burden of proving that beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't have to tell them anything. They have to prove that I was possessing the thing that they say I'm possessing. That's it. That's what this case is about. And that will be fought in court. It won't be fought here. There's nothing I can say here to convince them or persuade them. There's no, like, even if they happen to be watching one of these streams and I say the perfect defense or whatever, it won't matter. It has to be brought in court. It has to be brought appropriately under the rules of evidence, under the rules of criminal procedure. And that's what has to be done. There isn't like, oh, I just walk off and say that. Like, I could go tell them that. They would write it down in a little notepad and they'd say, thanks. See you at the next hearing. So no, it's not that simple. Kyle Huggett says, I was falsely accused of crimes worse than what you were accused of years ago. You're finding out who your real friends are. Priceless. It's a shame. It's a shame because there are people who know my character and know exactly what bullshit some of this is. And when those people turn on you without talking to you, it's kind of sucks. But hey, what are they supposed to do?
This was essentially, for those of you that don't know, when Vic King was outed as like a child rapist, his defense was, come on, guys, you know me.
Yeah.
Not really. You're some dude on the internet.
They can only make assessments based on what they see and then what they have to performatively do for super chat money. I mean, that's the real conversation considerations that they're doing here is they're like, well, look, I can only see this, and then I have to base my decisions on what I see and just what I have to do to maximize super chat income. Just kidding. Of course he would be.
Yeah. These people are only saying this because it's going to get them super chats. Cope. Stop living in denial. Stop it.
Leighton Gay to his own search warrant. And again, that whole I wasn't home.
Wife was
Leighton Gay to my own search warrant. Maybe you should see if you can do some homework yourself on why that might be an interesting facet.
Yeah, but they waited to execute it until they got you back. Right? Like, they didn't start the search warrant until they got you back. So unless your thing is trying to pass this off on, like, either your wife or April, I don't think that matters.
No.
Because you can't pass it off as they planted it. So I don't understand. Unless he's just trying to confuse his stupid audience because he knows they're not going to look into it because they don't want to know the truth. They want to believe what Nick is telling them.
That he didn't really possess it because it was in his home and he wasn't inside of his home.
Like, if that's his angle, I understand. If that's his angle, I understand what he's doing. If it's not his angle, then he's either going to try to, like, throw this off on one of the other two adults, or he's, I don't know.
Get Over It Live says making sure I'm on the shit list and piss off Jeremy Griggs.
Neither one does. If you try to throw it off onto the other two adults, right? Like, so you've got, it's either your wife, which good luck getting the kids back, or it's your nanny.
Your cock, your cock puppet, cock sock.
Whatever, yeah, your cock sock. right? Who's still living in the house? Those are your only two options of whose it would be, right? Someone just left it in their master bedroom. Aaron, is that going to be the story?
Yeah. Will 25 says, I wonder if Kyle Rittenhouse will live stream the Rekieta trial. I hear that he's supposed to have co-host Johnny Depp with him while they live stream the Rekieta trial.
I'm not going to say that. I haven't actually seen what Jeremy said. Something about me having a terrible response. Like if anybody thought my response on my comeback stream was terrible or whatever, cool. Everyone's got a different opinion on how to do social media, on how to approach things. I hope Jeremy's never in the situation I was in, having to deal with the sort of prospect of coming back that I did in that way. And if he were to choose to do it differently, that's great. I did it the way I do it. And I'm not going to apologize for being me.
Nobody's asking you to. They're just saying you did a shit job, dude. Like, what is this with this? I'm not going to apologize. Nobody's asking you to, dude. Why is that always your go-to? I'm not going to apologize. I'm an American. Okay, faggot. Nobody's asking you to. Shut the fuck up about that. Like, I'm not going to apologize. So, yeah, okay, dude, we get it. Nobody asked you to. I don't know why you're so fucking hung up on it, dude.
And a bunch of people asked me to apologize for being me.
Blame the 9-year-old.
It's fucking weird, because, like, haven't you met me? I'm not going to do that, buddy.
Yeah, we met you. You're a stubborn idiot who doesn't take good advice. Also, nobody asked you to apologize. Yeah.
But yeah. I wish, as always, I wish Jeremy the best. I haven't even watched what he said. I don't know. If he said the most negative shit on earth, I'd just go, yeah, it's fine. Okay. And I hope we can talk later.
Yeah. I actually went back and listened to the Rekieta's attempted stream snipe of all of us with Vicky, NDA, and me. That's clipped on my channel a couple weeks back. That was a fun time. Because of people like you! Oh, dude, that's my favorite quote. He was so mad. For those of you that don't know,
back in the day,
like 3 years ago or something, we did a stream with Thomas on Thomas's channel, and we're making fun of Nick, and Nick is stream sniping it the next day, I think. But we're making fun of him for fumbling Vic Mignogna's lawsuit by giving it to Ty Beard, and also just giving the worst advice ever, talking public strategy online with Ty Beard, Vic's lawyer, on what they're gonna do. For some reason, they did that every night on what their next plans were, so everybody could see it.
So strange.
Very bizarre. But anyways, we make fun of him, like, oh, I bet he's told Vic everything's gonna be fine, yeah. And man, he just gets so mad. And Thomas is like, yeah, and he's all stupid, always yelling like, no, I'm friends with Vic. I have pictures with Vic. I'm friends with him. And Nick just blows up. He's like, I am friends with Vic, but I can't post pictures of him because then people attack him. Because of people like you! Oh, dude, it's my favorite. Nick fucking just raging. And it's so weird. He's always like, don't get mad at the internet. Ha ha ha. So big mad over just being made fun of over. I want to be friends with Vic. I don't want to take pictures. For some reason, that just got him really fucking mad. And it was a good time. Yeah, everybody go check it out. It's pretty good. People like you. Okay there, bud.
It still makes me laugh.
Yeah. He going down the Robert Barnes trail and blaming the government. You know what? Actually, let's just watch that. I gotta see it. All right. So good, guys. And then we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it with this clip. So let's maybe get Window capture.
I don't know.
We're gonna do this, guys. That time we triggered Nick. But then I also gotta share the audio, so hold on.
My gosh, Dean.
Okay, guys.
Here, let's actually get to playing this. Finally, let's see if I can get through this. Listen to
Oh
Nick Rekieta
my.
until I'm entertained.
Worst man on the
Challenge
planet.
impossible.
Okay.
He refunded everybody, even if they didn't ask.
No, he
And I
didn't.
bet a
Okay,
lot of-
that is Nick Rekieta just flat out lying. This is about the Ribicoin thing, 50-cent coins. Full
Was
story
there a
about that
timestamp in
essentially,
there
which
somewhere?
also includes me. Wow. But Ethan doubled down on that.
Thomas, I need to know what part it's at, though. Because this is a 15-minute video, damn it.
Hey, we're not playing a 50-minute stream.
I feel like you tricked me into this.
You did.
You son of a bitch.
I know he's got a clip.
Subscribe. Damn it. The damn kid that tested positive is the one that left the cola under the bed. Let's put the chat above this. We'll wait to see if Thomas responds. I need to know where exactly it is in there. He will be right behind China, Amit. Virgo. We hold these truths to be fucking over. It's around the 10-minute mark and look for a red screen. Okay.
I see red screen.
Yeah.
He'll
Okay.
be fine.
This is from 2019, and Nick is already
Yeah.
incoherent.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Hear an
Who
argument,
fucking cares?
not an argument.
Did you like it? Yeah, that's weird. But who cares?
Oh, it's
He'll
weird.
Be fine.
Guys, is it weird?
Weird. Ethan's
It's
gonna
weird.
make fun of you, and
Does
then
he care?
within
That remains to be
20
seen.
minutes, some new drama's gonna come up, and who cares?
Oh, there we go. There's the other fell.
You'll be fine. Hey, guess what? Hey, Ethan.
Again, I
on
don't
this
hear an
one,
argument. He
on
sounds
all of
drunk
the
here.
Cyber stalking,
Shit.
bullying, lawyer porn thing. You'll be fine. Be
Was-
fine.
Hold
So
on a
why you'll
second.
be fine?
This is from 2019, and Nick is already incoherent. Remember the people saying that, oh, wow, Nick is incoherent right now, today,
Yeah.
yesterday. People
Yes.
are like, oh, wow, Nick sounds like...
Yes. Vicky.
That's not the clip either.
Yeah, but it is.
Now, I didn't really work too well, but yeah. Gimme.
These guys are fucking retarded. Of course
Here
you'll
we
be
go.
fine.
Are we retarded?
Jesus
ended up being right?
Christ.
Oh, good argument.
I mean, the thing.
Yeah,
with,
this is
the
it.
thing with Vic
Yeah.
is weird.
Listen to how fucking angry Nick is. Just that we're having a good long laugh at his expense there.
Because like, oh, I wanted to be friends with him. I can't even show pictures, but with
Wrong. I am friends with him. I
Are
would
you?
love to post pictures, but I can't because if I post pictures,
How did that friendship work out?
That's a
we
good
tried to-
point.
here's the thing. Vic, the many people who should have listened to Shitty Webcomics, Vic Mignogna absolutely should have. He should have listened to Shitty Webcomics because we were right. We tried to warn him. We did what we could.
it causes him
Can I
harm.
see this? Okay. It
That's
causes him
stupid.
harm. Oh no.
Because
it's not
of
my
people
fault.
like you. Do you understand?
That's
I
my.
understand better than you do, Nick.
That's the best because of people like you. Like, you can't post pictures of your stupid friendship with Vic Nignog because of people like us. That's okay. Sounds like you don't actually have a friendship with Vic McNignog, and apparently he doesn't anymore. So
No.
yeah,
no.
that's like a real thing. All right, guys.
Thank
that's
you all
gonna
so
be
much
it.
for coming by tonight.
Yeah, thank you all so much. It was a wonderful stream because of people like you. Have a good night, guys. And consider
night.
becoming a pay pig or spending your money on something else.
And should have listened to SWC.
Should have. Especially Vic Big Ding Dog.